Who does those three? Good? Get ready, son.
They're two of the biggest names in world cricket.
Let's take a little bit of the shine off that.
But today, Alan Border and David Gower are batting for the same team. And they're not the only big names from the past playing here in the Zimbabwean capital, Harare.
We've got players here from all over the world, West Indians, South Africans, obviously the home team Zimbabwe, the two Aussies. And it's nice to get everyone like that involved. I think we can be very happy and proud that we've raised quite a lot of money.
But the stakes these men are playing for are far greater than any mere sporting trophy.
Okay, yeah, there's shots in the side, the horn's been chopped off, and
Bloody
probably chopped the spine.
This is the picture postcard Africa which tourists from around the world flock to see. Nothing much has changed here in millions of years, yet in just 10 years, one of the world's most majestic creatures has almost disappeared, a victim of human greed.
You know what I say? Once you see those animals in the wild, you know, you just can't believe that anyone just can shoot them, yeah.
10 years ago, they numbered in their thousands. Today, the black rhino hovers on the verge of extinction. Not content to merely raise money for the cause, these former sporting adversaries have come to see firsthand the fight to save these animals.
This is a passion of mine because of the history, because of my upbringing in Africa. When you look at the whole thing, right, everyone thinks there's so many animals in the world and you can't save them all. And it's only when, of course, they get endangered, when it comes down to the last few like this, that people suddenly sit up and think, well, hang on, that rhino's been around for, you know, how many thousands of years? A seemingly invulnerable animal. And yet now we've seen the effects that man has on these animals.
Having seen mothers with their calves, with 1-year-old or 6-month-old calves shot for a piece of horn about as big as my thumb, you know, it was quite horrifying.
It's the rhino's distinctive horn, which can fetch thousands of dollars on the black market, that's made these animals a target for poachers.
The market is the Far East. That clearly is known. It's Taiwan, China, Hong Kong and Korea are the buyers, and they're stockpiling it up so that one day when there aren't any more rhinos, they can control the price.
Nicholas Duncan heads the Australian wildlife charity SAVE. He's the man who's convinced the cricket legends to join the cause.
We sometimes think it's for an aphrodisiac, but it doesn't appear to be that way. It's for a medicine, for curing fever, lowering body temperature, also for an ailing heart condition.
Why don't they just take an aspirin?
Well, it'd be much better if they did. Some research done 3 years ago showed that a heavy dose of rhino horn was about equivalent to half an aspirin. So really it doesn't warrant this wholesale slaying.
The Middle East, where rhino horn dagger handles are a status symbol, is another major market.
They just kill the animal for the horn, and you know there's modern medicines that can do 10 times more than anything that's substance in that horn. And as for ceremonial daggers and things, I mean, it seems a bit ridiculous to me that you'd kill a beast like this just for that.
Even the drastic step of dehorning the rhinos failed to solve the fundamental crisis facing the species.
You can imagine the poachers having come across, decimated the population. You have single animals spread out right through the country. They would never breed, okay, and have become extinct.
Now, Zimbabwe's few remaining rhinos have been gathered into so-called intensive protection zones, where armed patrols are keeping the poachers at bay.
You see the real McCoy, these guys keep the animals safe, or try to.
Yeah, it'd be dangerous.
Dangerous job because the poachers will kill them if they have to.
You've shot at poachers?
Yes, like in '92 at
Nyakarinda in Borongo Safari area, shot one. Then another occasion, we shot one, and the other one was wounded. Then we tracked them and we apprehended him.
Smile.
Alan Border has come here with his son Dean and daughter Nicole to see how the money he's helping to raise is being used to equip men like these with everything from boots and radios to boats and vehicles.
Man is the worst predator there is, and we seem to just, got no thought process about, the environment that we're living in and, what it's all about. And, that's sort of the attraction to me, is trying to do something about that.
You've turned green, Alan.
Yeah, well, I don't sort of go marching the streets and announcing it too loudly, but, any little bit I can do along the way, I'd like to get involved.
The most important thing when we are following these animals is to try and keep as quiet as possible. Very important, okay? I will be carrying the rifle loaded. If we have a bit of bad luck and we have an animal charge us, don't panic and run away. Please just stay with me.
Steve Edwards knows the Black Rhino like few other men. For 18 years, he was a game warden here, which put him in the front line of Zimbabwe's rhino war.
When we started losing rhino at an alarming rate, finally introduced a shoot-to-kill policy with the rhino poachers. As much as 200 odd poachers have been accounted for.
How many poachers did you kill?
Well, my personal tally is 17 poachers.
Steve's a handy bloke to have around if you're thinking of approaching a wild rhino.
She's lying at the bottom of the tree, but it's pretty dodgy.
But there's one rhino in these parts who's quite used to human company. Her name's Chawari. You should come. Wow. Chawari's been hand-raised ever since her mother was caught in a poacher's snare. 2 years later, her handler is never out of her sight. You must love her.
Yes.
Yeah.
Whoa.
She just craved attention and needed the cuddles and the feeding and the love and the care that her mother would normally give her, and that's been taken over by humans.
It's not often you get the chance to get this close to not only one of the world's most dangerous, but one of the world's most endangered species. Chawari is a symbol of a last-ditch plan to try and save the black rhino from oblivion.
I suppose it gives you a false sense of security, like seeing a rhino like this, a tame thing, because, they are pretty dangerous creatures out in the wild.
Oh, she loves that. Just a few hours later, Alan Border's words rang true when a combination of a mud bath and a bigger audience saw Chawari get a little frisky.
Hey,
Oh, shit, that's not so funny. You okay?
Nicole Border was lucky to escape with a shock and minor bruising. Despite Chawari's indiscretion, Alan Border wasn't holding any grudges.
There's no need to kill these beasts. As simple as that, isn't it? Hopefully we can keep this species alive and well so that my grandkids just can actually come to Africa and see these wonderful animals rather than just see them on the internet.